Hello everybody, welcome back to College Football 25. We are here in part 2, taking a look over here at some recruiting updates. Now, most of the higher end prospects that we were looking at have already reached their top 8 schools, and we were not a part of them. So we figured that a lot of these we picked were just pipeline guys, not really people that were ever really looking at us or considering us. But we do have a few 4-stars that are still keeping us around on their board, so that is a good thing to see. And then there's not much change as far as the program goes, but we have some players that are considering transferring. A lot of backups and a lot of starters are on that list, so I'm not too worried. But today's game, of course, is the first game of the season against FCS West. Now, this isn't like the older games where you could slide in an FCS team. It'd be cool if you could, but as far as I'm concerned, I think the FCS teams in this game are based on actual college football dynasties and NCAA 14 from popular YouTubers. So I think FCS West is Bengal, if you've ever seen his stuff. I think this is his team. It's the Riverside something. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going to be calling him FCS West for the sake of this video, and I probably won't even put a logo in for the thumbnail. I'll just use our stuff, but this is our first game here. We are fully getting into it now. 0-0, okay, there's the slate is perfectly clean here. We're getting a full look at our home stadium here. And so we are here in 3rd and 8 on FCS West's first drive. It's going to be a handoff, and there's some open room, but the tackle is made before he gets to the sticks, and that's going to force FCS West to punt it. And so on our first drive, we're going to hand it off to Faison, who's got some room busting out to the outside, some crafty moves with his feet, and he gets the first down and a little bit more. So we are already moving the football here in our first official drive. But we are stalling out here, so on 3rd and 5, we need to come up with just a handful of yards. Let's see if we can do it. So Petrus drops back here. He's rolling out to the side here, and he finds an open man downfield, hauls it in, and cuts upfield to get a few more yards before he is shoved it to the ground. It's a huge pickup for us, but again, we're facing another 3rd and 8. Pressure is coming to Petrus, but he gets rid of it just in time to an open receiver, and it is a touchdown. Just dotted it to the corner there. I saw it like before the hit came, but the way this game does, it's like throwing motion. It's a lot more realistic. So Petrus had to get through his full throwing motion before that ball could actually get out of his hands. But Jack Hysteria was right in the perfect spot, and there you see just absolutely clobbered, and it was a bit of a wobbler out of the hands, but Hysteria had a good couple yards on his defender and was completely open. So we take a 7-0 lead here, and FCS West already facing another 3rd and long situation. They're going to go with play action, and their quarterback's got just about enough time to make the decision to get rid of it, and so they're going to have to punt it here. So on 2nd and 8 at about midfield, we are moving again on offense. Petrus is going to drop back here. Good coverage up front again. We are going to go to the running back on the wheel route, and that one just had to go right into a bucket. There was about 2 or 3 defenders in that vicinity, but we were able to drop that one right in there. So 1st and 10 now from about FCS West's 34, I think, or 26 about. We're going to hand it off to Faison again, who gets dragged upfield and picks up another first down. So that is going to do it for the first quarter of play here. It has been pretty much all us on offense so far. FCS West really hasn't been able to do much of anything, and it's been a popular theme in this game so far that the FCS teams are pretty strong. So I don't have it on the highest difficulty, so we'll probably fare okay, but still. On 2nd and 10 now, Petrus got all day to throw, and he's going to hit Royals across the middle, our star receiver. He's going to pick it up here, but still be a yard short. On 3rd and 1, we're going to go with Faison again, who runs up the middle, almost gets a generous tackle to go in the end zone. FCS West had 2 guys in the box, and somehow Faison avoids it, and on the very next play he gets into the end zone, and it is going to be another Utah State touchdown, and you might as well dance for your first rushing touchdown of the season, the first of hopefully a lot. I'm hoping for many touchdowns from that man right there, and of course Briggs Jr., our backup running back, I'm hoping he also touches the ball quite a bit, but right now it's been so much all Rasul Faison in the first half as far as our running game is concerned, so can't be mad about that. So FCS West here with about 4 minutes left in the first half on 1st and 10. They're going to try and dial up something here. Their quarterback's going to try and cook. Let him cook here. They're going to go with the handoff on the ground. It gave me the wrong person. I thought it was going to give me the guy who was like in pursuit, not the guy in front. So gave up a little bit more yards than we probably should have, but it's okay. We're still cooking here as FCS West is now snapping from about midfield. We get some pressure on the quarterback, but he finds an open receiver on an island out there, just surrounded by defenders, and so FCS West running this hurry-up, man, and we just cannot seem to keep up with the tempo of an offense that's been pretty anemic so far up to this point. They are finally kind of putting something together here. So on 1st and 10, they're going to go with another handoff. We have that one very well covered as Iniguez Jr. makes the tackle right at the line of scrimmage. So on 2nd and 10, they're going to try and go with the hurry-up again, and they're going to reshuffle the deck almost entirely, put the running back at receiver now. So the quarterback's going to drop back here. He's got good coverage up front, finds a receiver just kind of standing there, and we can't make the open field tackle. Levio Jr. just couldn't wrap him up and bring him down. So it's another 1st and 10 for FCS West. And again, man, with the audibles, they were just calling it at the line. And so we were trying to get to the quarterback, and we can't. And that one is a miscue to the same receiver who just got the ball. So 2nd and 10 now, FCS West. And it's a throw across the middle. They have a nice receiver. I can't believe they gave the FCS team star players. That's so weird to me. But on 3rd and 1 here, we have an opportunity to stop FCS West and force a 4th down. But it's not going to happen as they find an open receiver in the end zone. I think with that contact, he should have got absolutely clobbered, maybe dropped the ball. But it's whatever. He hauled it in. So FCS West finally answers back to us. You'd think that we were just going to start running away with this, but no. They assembled an amazing drive here. The hurry up in this game, man, is just absolutely nuts. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but just whenever a team runs the hurry up, there's just absolutely zero way against it. I guess maybe the plays you got to call a timeout, but not wasting a timeout on that with all this time left. And on our first play on offense, we are going to answer back to FCS West with a humongous pickup, man. Just a huge, I mean, we just, oh, man, Petrus, that was a beautiful ball. Just perfectly getting that ball out there. Just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ball. Just absolutely lasers this one. Just a good yard or two maybe is what our receiver had on his defender. Not quite the speed that we were looking for to get into the end zone, but still it is a monstrous pickup. So before the half, we were at least going to get some points as it is 2nd and 7 now in the red zone. Petrus going to roll out a little bit here and try to hit Faison, our running back, out of the backfield, and he hauls it in and cuts upfield for the touchdown. So he gets his 2nd touchdown of the day, but this one is a receiving touchdown, and he's going to hit that dance on him yet again. So huge pickup by Hystera. Again, he's having a great game. And then, of course, Rasul Faison is also having himself quite the game. So we are cooking up here with the players that we do have. Remember, we looked through the roster, and there was nothing really super impressive about some of the guys that we saw across the board. But, I mean, I'm pretty impressed so far. But that is going to do it for the first half here. FCS West wouldn't do much with the ball once they got it. So 21-7 is going to be your score. And, of course, we're going to get a player's spotlight on Jack Hystera because, man, 2 catches for 92 yards. And on top of that, 2 targets. So we've only thrown to him twice, and that's what he's done with those 2 opportunities. And then, of course, Faison probably could have been a solid contender for the player spotlight as well because he is also cooking something up. But here are our beautiful plays from the first half. I love the presentation of this game, man. Just absolutely beautiful. It's really going to make finding a thumbnail very easy for me. So I'm really impressed with this game. But coming out of the half now, it is 3rd and very long for FCS West, but they are in our territory. They're going to go with the receiver screen, and he's got plenty of good blocks up front, but he can't quite get to the first down marker. So FCS West is going to have to attempt a field goal on 4th and 2, and we can't quite get to it, but he pushes this one far right, so it seemed like a pretty easy kick for him to at least shift it left a little bit, but he pushes it right. Just pretty much kicks it straight on. There might have been a few degrees of wind I wasn't aware of, but that seemed like a relatively easy kick for FCS West, and they just seemed to couldn't lock in, I guess. Didn't have the ice in the veins. So the score will remain at 21-7, but we can't do anything on offense. So FCS West going to get another opportunity in Aggie territory to try and do something else. And they're going to go with the receiver screen again, and they just about get all that they need for the first down. So on 2nd and 1, they're going to reset up again here in the gun, and they're going to quickly, with a receiver screen again, not much of a screen, but the receiver's just going to stand there and wait for it, and he's going to get the first down just a little bit more. So it's another fresh set of downs for FCS West. They're going to go with a fake handoff, and quickly out of the hands of the quarterback, it is off to number 89, the receiver, who hauls it in, and now it's going to be goal to go for FCS West. We got them facing a 3rd and goal. We can hopefully keep them out of the end zone, and the pressure gets to him, and it gets all the way home as Sloan gets all the way in there. Penetrates the line and gets to the quarterback, makes him eat some grass here. Just a beautiful, beautiful play by Cyan Sloan. We haven't seen a whole lot of pressure so far in this game, but that was a beautiful play by Sloan at the line. So we're going to force FCS West to have to try and take another 3 points. Hopefully they'll miss another one here, and we get a guy inside. I wasn't sure how the whole button problem with blocking field goals go. You'll see me struggle through learning this game bit by bit throughout this first season as I am just jumping right into it. That was kind of the appeal I was hoping for in this series, that we would just kind of pick it up as we go, figure some things out here, just research in between the videos, and hopefully assemble here a solid performance. And right now we are holding strong here, 21-10 against FCS West, but our fans are distraught that we would even consider giving up another 3 points to an FCS squad. I get it, I understand, it's embarrassing, but you know, it's football. It happens. Other teams score. But that's going to do it for the third quarter of play. So we're finally going to move into our fourth quarter of play. The very final in this game is definitely not over, so we need to at least maybe score another 1 or 2 times on offense. But we come up short again on offense, and it's going to be a punt here. It's a really weak punt, but it's going to land off the head of an FCS player, and we have players waiting to pick it up. So we're going to get a fresh set of downs and flip the field, basically, off of FCS miscue there. We're going to have to Faison, who follows some blocks here and takes some guys with him and gets close to the marker. But on third and short, pressure is getting to Petrus, and he gets clobbered as he gets rid of that one. But desperate for some offense, we're going to keep them on the field here, try and pick up the first down. We give it to Briggs Jr., the backup running back, and he's got more than enough speed to get past the marker. So, 1st and 10 now. We're going to skip to 2nd and 10. For the Aggie offense, Petrus is going to drop back here. He's got good coverage up front. Send it across the middle to the tight end, who tries to get to the sticks here and gets kind of taken out the legs, but it is going to be a first down. It's going to be 1st and goal. We're going to go on the ground to Faison again for his 3rd touchdown of the day. And yeah, just keep hitting the dance, buddy. Just keep on hitting the dance. Amazing, man. 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. You cannot ask for a better day from your starting RB, man. Overalls be damned, we are going to be productive. And I know it's FCS West, but I don't care, man. We are going to get these guys some looks. We're going to get them some production, some yards. We're going to make it work. So, with 2 minutes left here, FCS West is going to try and run that 2-minute drill on 1st and 10. A dot across the middle to the defense, and that's Olivo Jr. who calls that one in, was just kind of standing there waiting. It wasn't even really like a super impressive play, more so just being at the right place at the right time. FCS West here really just kind of folding here at the end of the game. And that is essentially, I mean, basically kind of going to do it here, but there's still plenty of time. We need to at least move the ball a little bit. There are full timeouts on either side, but Olivo Jr. Just great defensive play, man. Heads up play. I don't know where he wasn't even going to that receiver that was right next to him. I think he was going for a receiver that was like 5 yards downfield. Just a bad look. And Faison avoiding 4 defenders. It looked like he was dead to rights in the backfield and just uses a burst of speed to get outside for on 1st down. Amazing way to turn a 0 play into something. And on that play, it looked like he was pretty much done, but bounces inside and gets into the end zone for the 4th touchdown of the day. I can't believe he managed to do that. That is absolute insanity. I thought he was completely done, man. He runs right into a block, or rather, I ran straight into a block, and just bounced out somehow. I mean, that's the ragdoll weirdness of this game sometimes. We were just able to escape that, but look at that, dude. Just bounces right off the tackle. The other guy was gobbled up by one of our receivers and just couldn't even get free, so I will take another touchdown. So 35-10 here, but FCS West has stormed down the field within about 30 seconds and are looking to score again. Pressure in the quarterback's face, but he gets rid of it. Ice in his veins. He's not afraid at all, just needs to get some points on the board, and he does just that. So FCS West finally answers back to the Aggie offense and gets another touchdown. Remember, the first one came very early on in the game, so it's been a while since they touched the end zone. Our defense has done well of keeping them out of there, but 17-35 is going to be your score, of course, pending the extra point. It is very likely to miss them. You guys will see me miss them through this series, so and I will show those. I will not shy away from it, but that is going to do it for the game. We would get the ball back and just run the clock out, and so we are going to take our first win as head coach of the Aggies. It is not against a major team, as they're considering it, so but we'll hopefully get that here in the coming weeks. We do have a tough early schedule, so but Faison, of course, is the player spotlight. He had himself a freaking day, and so did Hystera with the 2 major catches that he had. We really didn't focus much else on him for the rest of the game because really we were just able to rely on our run game to get us where we needed to be, and that will also be a theme moving ahead in our season. If I don't have to throw the ball, I'm not going to. It's finicky to throw in this game, so Looking over here at the production, we really didn't even outplay FCS West all that much. They were close to us in first downs and total offense here. We absolutely outran them, though. That's kind of the big place, I guess, where we improved. Third down, we were only 50%, but they were about 28%. So that's kind of where the things kind of shift for them. And of course, the interception was kind of massive. That kind of put us at the that 35 mark, kind of put the game out of reach for FCS West. So. And now, of course, looking over our player stats, Petrus has himself a great day, 12 of 18 with 2 touchdowns and 194 yards. Like to see stuff like that. Love to see stuff like that. And then Faison with 93 yards and 17 attempts and 3 touchdowns. And, of course, the receiving touchdown. Briggs didn't really do a whole lot, but the play that we did spotlight was very helpful for us. He got us that first down on third down, so that's nice to see. And then Hystera is, of course, the leading receiver. Jalen Royals, our top receiver, only 1 reception. I think where he lines up on most plays is not a place I typically look, so he's not going to get, like, a ton of looks, I guess, from me, but maybe I can change that and slot him somewhere else. I don't know. I didn't really see him much in the plays I had in this game, so he didn't really get a ton of targets outside of the one that you guys saw that we put in the video. So taking a look now over all of our defensive output here, we did have a couple sacks to speak of. Kane Sloan had a nice sack that I was impressed with myself. I was impressed that I managed to do that. So, but that is essentially how the game is going to stack up statistically. So we're going to move back into the lobby here, and here is an update on our prospects. We move into a lot of guys' top 5 schools and top 8 schools, a lot of 3 stars, which is good for us, man. We are doing good on that recruiting end, just staying in the game here with some 3 and 4 stars, which is important. However, our program condition does take a bit of a dip down to C-. So we're losing there somehow, I guess. The vibes here at campus in Logan, Utah just got worse after a win. But Rasul Faison is the Mountain West Conference Offensive Player of the Week. I don't even think we've played conference play, but still, the rest of the conference has been impressed with his production in our first game against FCS West. So he's going to get that nod, which I think is well deserved. So. And then and that's going to be it for this video. In the next one, we're going on the road to Southern California, to play the USC Trojans. So I hope to see everyone back here in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, because we're going to need a lot of help against the number 20th ranked team in the nation, the USC Trojans. So hope to see you guys there.